SamCart orders to Vervante using Zapier. So the first step is a new order in SamCart. You're going to set up the app and the event coming from SamCart, your account there. And the event is a new order, so this is what will start the Zap. The account just, you put in your SamCart account here. The trigger, you just leave it empty. It's not a specific product. Every product in your store will trigger this app. If you only have a few products in Vervante, you may want to use that so that only products from Vervante will trigger the app. And then, of course, there's just the test. There's an example of pulling one order. And you get the cart item SKU, which is important. Also, the quantity is in here, cart items quantity. Okay, and we're going to show this for multiple items coming through going to Vervante. So the next step you're going to set up is Zapier. In Zapier, you're going to do a run JavaScript and code by Zapier. You have to set that up to use code by Zapier. Next, the action. There's two input datas that we're going to treat with JavaScript. They're coming in on different lines, and we have to combine them into a comma-separated quoted array. So you need the part number and the quantity for each. In this case, there's 1, 2, 3 items coming in and 4 quantities. So what we do here is we add JavaScript. We get the SKUs coming in as the part numbers right there. The quantities coming in, input data quantity. There's the quantity. And then we're going to split those. Go ahead and split them. We'll get the items coming in, split them on a comma, and the quantity coming in, split that on the comma. Then we're going to set up the arrays, filter SKUs, filter quantities. We're going to loop through them and add quotations. Then we're going to join them back together into strings. And then we're going to spit them out with two different variables, slist for the SKU list and QList for the quantity list. And then combine them. And this is how Zapier requires the output to come out of that step. Okay. And then if we move to test, when that code runs on the incoming order that you saw up above from SamCart, it's going to spit out this slist and QList. It's only going to pick up the items that were populated, and it's only going to grab those 3. In the original slist QList, there was a blank in there, and that's just the way SamCart puts it out. So you have to account for that. So that's what we put out. And now we're going to move over from the JavaScript. Now we go into the request that's going to get sent to Vervante. You have to do a custom request. And then when you set that custom request up, you're going to use a post method. Now, it is confusing. They will offer to, one of the setups here is post, but you don't want that. You want the custom request. Move on to the action. Then you choose post. You put in the Vervante URL. No pass-through. This can mess you up as well. If you do a data pass-through, it won't treat the data like we just did. And the outcoming will be this, and you'll see a particular note here. Part number and quantity now. You're going to insert slist for the part numbers, the SKU list, which is the comma-separated, quoted SKUs, and then the matching quantities for each one of these SKUs. Again, comma separated and quoted. This is the only way that Vervante will accept the order. Unflatten, basic auth, and then your content type is application JSON. Then when you submit that order, you should get this message back from Vervante. If you don't, you just keep testing this step. It may give you an error, and you just have to make sure that all of your everything is formatted properly. It doesn't take much for Vervante to reject it. So essentially, that's the setup for SamCart.